is one thing about Jalen Hurts that needs to be talked about. Last year, in the Eagles' first-round playoff loss versus the Buccaneers, Jalen Hurts played terribly. The Eagles' offense didn't score a single point till the fourth quarter, which was garbage time as the Buccaneers were already up 31-0. Hurts finished the game with a terrible stat line, including 2 interceptions, but even more important than the box score, Hurts didn't seem to pass the eye test. He looked uncomfortable in the pocket and left much to be desired as a passer. Heading into this season, it was unclear if Jalen was Philly's franchise quarterback. With the Eagles having 2 first-round picks in the 2023 NFL Draft, it seemed clear if Hurts didn't play well, Philly would move on and try to trade up for a guy like Stroud or Young. The thing is, Hurts is no stranger to adversity or having to ball out in a make or break season. In college, Hurts won the starting job at Alabama as a true freshman. During his sophomore season, he led the Crimson Tide to a 14-1 record. He threw 17 touchdowns and only 1 interception during that season. But in the national championship game, Hurts was benched at half for true freshman Tua Tagovailoa after only completing 3 of 8 passes for 21 yards in the first 2 quarters. As we all know, Tua led Bama to a comeback overtime victory to win the national championship. Hurts had to watch the team he led all season win the biggest game of the year with him stuck on the sidelines. But how did Jalen Hurts handle adversity in this moment? In a 2020 interview about the benching, Jalen was asked, "On an emotional level, what were you feeling?" Hurts responded, quote, "You put emotions to the side. Me being emotional? What good would that have done to the guys around me?" He also later said in the interview, quote, "The joy of being able to hold up a national championship trophy and achieve that goal as a team, regardless of how I got there. It's a joyful moment." Talk about a guy handling adversity with class and poise, not making it about himself, not throwing a tantrum on the sideline, but being there to support his teammates no matter what role he played in the game. But after the national championship game, back in his hotel, Hurts later shared that he was crying in his parents' arms. He asked his dad, "What are we gonna do now?" His dad responded, "We are going to fight." And that's exactly what they did. Jalen said he didn't transfer from Alabama that next season because he's a competitor. His dad always taught him to fight to the finish. But Tua became the full-time starter for Alabama during that 2018 season. Hurts was his backup. But in the SEC championship game, Tua went down with an injury. And remember, this SEC championship game was against the same Georgia team that Hurts was benched a year earlier against in the national championship game. Down a touchdown, Hurts led the Crimson Tide to a fourth quarter comeback. He threw a touchdown pass to tie it and rushed into the end zone for the final game-winning touchdown. 2019 was Jalen's final year of college eligibility. It was a make-or-break year for his future and his entire football career. He transferred to Oklahoma for this final season and he absolutely tore it up. He had over 50 total touchdowns in that one season and he came in second place for the Heisman behind the winner Joe Burrow. After being drafted 53rd overall by the Philadelphia Eagles, it didn't seem like Jalen Hurts would start his rookie season since the Eagles just signed their starting quarterback, Carson Wentz, to a big extension the year prior. Well, Wentz was benched during Week 13's game, and Hurts never looked back as the team's starter. 2020 was Hurts' first full season as a starting NFL quarterback. He showed some flashes, but still wasn't a great passer. His accuracy wasn't great at times. He was caught staring down wide receivers, and a lot of times wouldn't make it through his full progression. He finished with 16 passing touchdowns and 9 interceptions on the season. But in the offseason, just as Jalen's dad taught him, he fought. He knew he had to become a better passer, so he worked relentlessly to become one. This season, Jalen has become an unbelievable pocket passer. He's able to sit back in the pocket and throw absolute dots. In my whole life, I have never seen a quarterback improve so much from one year to the next. The improvement is actually astonishing. It's unreal how he looks compared to that final game last season versus the Bucs. It was clear Jalen was a totally different quarterback when I watched the Eagles' Week 1 game versus the Lions. Hurts was unstoppable because of the run-pass option. The defense had no answer for him, and defenses haven't had any answer for him ever since. He's so dynamic, it's just impossible to stop him. If you stop him with his arm, he's gonna get you with his legs. If you stop his legs, he's gonna get you with his arm. arm. Jalen is an unbelievable leader, and that shouldn't surprise anyone seeing how he carried himself throughout the ups and downs of his college career. I saw one of his post-game victory speeches in the locker room to the team a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh my gosh. This guy just has it. He just has it. The speech was something else. In a season where we are seeing the downfall of teams with poor leaders at quarterback, like the Cardinals and the Broncos, or even the Jets' resurgence after they benched their unaccountable quarterback, Hurts' leadership, accountability, and work ethic have propelled this team to the best record in the league. Adversity has shaped Jalen Hurts. He's been through the highs and the lows, but has always stayed poised and humble. Hurts is playing at an MVP level right now, and the reason I think he's going to win the award is not solely because of his play on the field. I think it stems from who Jalen is as a person. I think I'm going to go as far as to say Jalen Hurts has the best work ethic out of any quarterback in the league right now. They were talking about it during the broadcast of the Giants-Eagles game. They said Jalen Hurts is just obsessed with becoming better. And honestly, he reminds me a little bit of Kobe in this regard. Go watch some of his press conferences. He is just always dropping gems about hard work, effort, and accountability. The old cliche sports saying is hard work beats talent, but in Jalen's case, hard work turned into talent. Appreciate you guys watching till the end. Peace.